The honourable member for Richmond.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank God the Premier stayed for question period with the answers we're getting from him today. Mr. Speaker, we learned this morning that a patient from the East Coast Forensic Hospital was released on unescorted pass Friday morning and has yet to return. This is at least the second time in the past 2 weeks that a person who has been remanded to the hospital after being found not criminally responsible for an offence has gone missing for an extended period of time. Mr. Speaker, this is now day 4 and we don't know the whereabouts of this individual, nor do we have a good idea as to whether she is a danger to the public or to herself. My question to the Minister of Justice: in the 2 weeks which have elapsed since the Denny incident and this most recent one, what specific measures has the Minister taken to ensure the safety of Nova Scotians?
The Honourable Minister of Justice.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you for the question. The safety of all Nova Scotians is a paramount concern to me personally, and that this government takes that seriously. We have continued to ensure that our policies are monitored and reviewed, and I'm very confident in the staff and the quality of the staff and the people we have here. Unlike the member from the opposition and the opposition party, they don't really are concerned at all about the employees there and the quality of work they do, but I want to acknowledge in this House and this floor that I have the greatest confidence in that staff and that there are good policies in place, but we're dealing with human elements and that the issues around mental health are not black and white, and they are people that have needs that need to be addressed.
The honourable member for Richmond on his first supplementary.
Mr. Speaker, once again, rather than being proactive, this minister is more than happy to sit back, allow incidents to happen, and then try to offer us these weak excuses as to why they're taking place. Mr. Speaker, after the Denny incident, the minister had the opportunity to immediately put in protocols to ensure the safety of both the patients, the staff, and all Nova Scotians. Today, what we're hearing is more excuses and being told, wait until the review has been undertaken. While that has been taking place, we now know that another individual has not returned from one of these passes. So the minister clearly had the option to take immediate action, to put in some protocols to try to ensure the safety of both the patients and Nova Scotians in light of the Denny incident. My question to him is very simple. Why, once again, have you failed to take proactive action and ensure the safety of Nova Scotians?
The Honourable Minister of Justice.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm responsible for the criminal justice system. The health care and the patients that are in our hospitals comes under the area of the Minister of Health. And what I will do is turn this question over to her.
The Honourable Minister of Health and Wellness.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the member for the question. Mr. Speaker, the individuals who are at East Coast Forensic Hospital are patients. They've been convicted of no criminal offence. They have been reviewed by a review board, the Criminal Review Board, in terms of what risk they pose to the community. And based on that, they are kept in the facility and gradually reintroduced into the community through a treatment plan that is developed by the nurses and doctors who work in that facility. Part of the treatment plan includes leaves into the community, Mr. Speaker, and we have protocols in place if someone goes on a leave and does not return. Those protocols are now part of a review that is underway, where we will have some preliminary information within 30 days for members of this House. Thank you.
The honourable member for Richmond on his final supplementary.
Mr. Speaker, the government has two options here: to show leadership when an incident takes place and to show they take it serious, or to sit back and wait for something else to happen and make excuses. Yes, there's a review underway, but that review is going to take some time, and implementing whatever recommendations are will take some time. After the most unfortunate incident where a Nova Scotian lost their life because of what took place at that facility, the government had the option to implement immediate short-term protocols to try to ensure this would not happen again. What we're being told today, and the Premier's saying like what? Well, if you don't know, sir, we can find someone to replace you who will come up with those answers.
You asked to be the government. You had all the answers when you said...
Order, order. The honourable member for Richmond has the floor.
Mr. Speaker, Nova Scotians expect that their elected officials are going to do everything possible to ensure the safety and that safety is in place. And we do have professionals that are available to us to work with us to find exactly what short-term protocols can be put in place, knowing that these passes failed once, they've now failed twice. So my question again to the Minister of Health, why were short-term protocols not put in to ensure that this wasn't going to happen again?
Honourable Minister of Health and Wellness.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it's a fair question. Mr. Speaker, on a daily basis, there are probably between 10 to 15 people from East Coast Forensic Hospital who have passes into the community. In the vast majority of those cases, people conform to the requirements of those passes. They go on pass and they return without any difficulty, Mr. Speaker. And so until the review is done of the protocols, we will continue to operate because, Mr. Speaker, the vast majority of patients at East Coast go on their passes and return every day without a problem.